Hi everyone, welcome to the visual guide for the Containment Unit S1T7 Normal, where we take on the mighty Sephirot. This is the new Primal made available by patch 3.2 in Final Fantasy XIV, Gears of Change, and yet one more reminder on why exactly you shouldn't skip leg day. My name is Mistech and I'll be your dungeon guide. This encounter has 3 phases, and in the first we face a tiny Sephirot. He has a cleave and should be faced away from the group. Healers need to be on the lookout for these AOE blasts, which will happen throughout the fight. Players targeted by Fiendish Rage, also known as the most recognizable marker in the game now, should stack with the group to share the damage of his attack. Tanks and healers need to be on the lookout for this wind-up tank buster and cooldown and heal appropriately. You'll notice that many of his abilities are not casted or do not have obvious telegraphs, forcing you instead to rely on specific visual cues. This is a great fight to improve your situational awareness, so keep your eyes open. Ratsun will mark up players with circle AOE. Spread is necessary to avoid overlapping damage on players. Anytime Sephirot turns to a random player, everyone needs to get behind him. Any player caught in the blast will gain vulnerability debuffs and take unnecessary damage. These mechanics will repeat until about 60%, at which point Sephirot will become invulnerable and begin charging up his ultimate. 2 types of ads will spawn, 1 large Kokma and 4 smaller Binas. Have the tanks grab these and AoE them down while burning down the big ad. You'll go through 2 sets of these, all while Sephirot is continuously charging his ult. The faster you get the ads down, the less damage he'll do. Once he casts his ultimate, phase 3 will begin. In this phase, it is possible to fall off the platform, so be very careful. The first thing you'll see is Pillar of Mercy, indicated by this blue marker. Sephirot will slam down and knock back players. To avoid getting knocked off the platform like this spectacular player in this video, you should stand on the south side of the blue indicator, ensuring that you are knocked safely back. The next knockback is on the left, so you should stand to its right, while the last knockback is on the right, meaning you should stand to its left. Essentially, you are positioning yourself in the direction of where you want to be knocked back, making sure you do not get knocked off the platform. Next up, EARTHSHAKERS. Similar to turn 13, these will do damage in a line towards affected players. To avoid cleaving the entire group, players should split to the sides of the platform. Anytime Sephiroth dips down and starts to blow, all players should move forward. He will blow everyone back, and if you're caught too far away, you'll get knocked off. After this knockback, he will spawn a storm of words in the south and 2 Bina ads in the north. Have the tanks grab the ads while everyone else destroys the storm of words. At the same time, players will be targeted by YESAD, these AoE circles that must be avoided. Dodge appropriately and continue to burn down the ads. Another set of EARTHSHAKERS, and you'll have some time to damage Sephirot before he tries to kill you. Once you see this marker, all players need to stand in the wind to avoid Sephirot's knockoff and insta-kill ability. The wind will punt you up, allowing you to avoid his swinging arms. Up next, Sephirot will cast Da'at, targeted AoE damage on random players. Spread to avoid splashing extra damage on each other. Next, a room-wide split AoE that looks way scarier than it actually is on normal mode. This is essentially just AoE damage that the healers have to deal with. Immediately after, 2 towers will spawn, and at least 1 person should stand in them to avoid them exploding and debuffing the raid. More AoE puddles to avoid while dodging Pillar of Mercy and making sure you're knocked back in the appropriate areas. At this point, you've seen all possible abilities, and it's just a dance around while handling each mechanic. Remember to destroy the storm of words as soon as possible and stand in the wind puddle when he tries to swipe at you. The third swipe you'll see is actually the Hardened Rage, and you will not have a storm of words to stand in, so make sure you're optimizing your DPS as much as possible. And there you have it. You know this is going to be a good fight on Extreme. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. As always, thanks for watching. Till next time.